Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, Your Survival Channel. We're going to go over the best bug out bag there is out there. I've seen a lot of videos and I see a lot of crap out there that people are trying to push on you that's like, you know, this is my bug out bag and this is all the good stuff you need. That's bullshit. Some of those guys have good bug out bags, but a lot of them have a bunch of crap. I'm going to be straight up. Am I straight up? Mm-hmm. Straight up. So anyway, I'm going to go through my bug out bag here and show you what I have in my bug out bag. Now, this bug out bag isn't going to be good for everybody because this is a big bug out bag and it weighs a lot. It's not something that everybody's going to be able to carry around for long periods of time. Some people might not even be able to lift it. So anyway, you can take from what I have in my bag and get an idea of maybe if that's something you want in your bag. Alright, so first I guess we'll go over what's in pouch number 1. This pouch doesn't have a whole lot of stuff. It's got a military, biological warfare face mask or gas mask filter. And this is a true military, so this will protect you from any kind of biological threats. Good to have. We'll get to this in just a second. This is my gas mask. This is a Millennium, MSA Millennium. This is what a lot of the military, police, those guys use. These are pretty expensive gas masks. I think they're somewhere between $400 and $500, but if you shop around and look for deals, you can get them for cheap. I got this one right after 9/11. I think I paid $150 for this thing. It was a smoking deal. The filter I got for it, I got this from an Army-Navy store. These, if you look around on the internet, you'll see these things are pretty expensive to get. I got at the Army-Navy store. A lot of the militaries, I'm here in Florida, military people bring their stuff in and sell it to them. I don't know if they're supposed to or not or whatever, but anyway, I got it, and this only cost me $15. Usually I think they're about 50. This is a boonie hat. And it's Gore-Tex. So, I'm sorry, my director is saying, what are you saying?
Put it on.
Put it on.
Yeah, so they can see it. There you go.
This will keep the rain off my head dry. And if there's mosquitoes out there, you can get this at Walmart for $1. Mosquito free in my face, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking down the barrel of my sights trying to kill somebody. I got a mosquito in my eye. Ain't gonna be too good. With my $1 mosquito net, I'm sure to make the kill. Also got this because you never know what kind of weather you're gonna be in. Camouflage as well. This is neoprene just to keep your face warm, or if you just want to hide your face. Good to have.
It matches the backpack too?
Aha. This little item is very handy to have. This is a radiation detector. Now, I bought this off of eBay, and the only place I found that you can get these, the guy's selling them from Russia. And it actually took me like, I think about 4 to 5 weeks to actually get it after he shipped it because of customs or whatever, and it's so far away, but absolutely worth having with all the stuff that's going on in Japan and stuff right now. A lot of people in Japan are using these. This company is it's Soeks, S-O-E-K-S. Now you'll see if you look for these on eBay, there's 2 different models. The regular model is only this big, and it detects, you know, when you put it anywhere near something you're detecting for radiation, you know, it'll tell you. But this one, you pull this little bottom piece off, and it's got a prong that you can stick in fruits, vegetables, meats, fish, and in the program it, you know, you just tell it what you're actually sticking it in, and it knows what the nitrate levels and everything's supposed to be. And this will actually tell you if you have any kind of radiation in your food, so that could save your life. You know, that way you're not eating food that's contaminated with radiation. That was about $240 with shipping and everything. And that runs off, I think, either AA or AAA batteries. Everything that I use that's electronic, I make sure that it's either AA or AAA, because what you're going to see that I have a Goal Zero adventure kit for charging stuff that's either AA or AAA. And that's why I make sure everything I use takes those batteries. That way I always know that I have power for them. All my batteries are all rechargeable Energizers or Duracells or whatever that you can recharge. So, I guess instead of putting that all back in, we'll just keep the ball rolling here. This is a low alpine Caesarean, or I think it's a Caesarean backpack. This is actually a military pack that they use, like, I don't know, I think in Europe or somewhere over there. It's a very heavy duty built internal frame backpack, and I actually bought this. These backpacks are usually about $400 or $500, and I got this one off of Sierra Trading Post when they were closing them out. And I got this thing delivered for about $150. So another amazing deal. This is
Ghillie suit.
well, it could be. It's not really a ghillie suit, but it's called 3D camo, and it's
Oh, nice.
very super lightweight. And this is all made out of like a netting, just like my face mask net to keep the mosquitoes off. So this is awesome for being out in the woods somewhere where there's bugs, because this keeps the bugs from getting you. And it's you know, it's got the 3D leaves on it and stuff to where you totally blend in. If you need to hide or you need to hunt, these are the pants. This is the top half. I'll show you one thing I like about this. When you're wearing this, you don't need the mosquito net, because it's got one built in it, and it's also got sewn in for your brim in case you have a hat on underneath it. When you put this on, this flap just goes underneath here, and you're zipped up, and not only does it like hide your face, but it also keeps bugs from getting your face too. That's badass, isn't it, Christian?
Yeah, it's good.
Christian is my hippie friend. Then I got, this is steel leader for fishing. Like if you're going to go shark fishing or some kind of fishing. The reason I have this is for making snares, for catching animals or sneaking up behind the enemy and cutting their throat.
Or small game.
Small game, killing people, whatever. Then you got the iodine tablets. I got these off eBay. These were, I think, $15 delivered per pack. If you don't have these, you need to buy them now, because when the thing happened in Japan, before it happened, these things were all over eBay for $15 a pack. When that thing hit in Japan, the tsunami hit, and they had all the problems with the reactors, people were selling these things for $400 a pack, and you were lucky if you could find them. This is a dildo wrapped in foil. Just kidding. This is a canister that has paper in it, and it's in like a waterproof container, and then I wrap foil around it just in case I ever need to foil, I could get it off of this. This is another container. It's got, I don't know, matches or something in it. But it's a waterproof. You can get these from Walmart for $1, and they come with matches in them. I have a lot of these that I used in my medical bag that's in here to put like aspirin and you know, just anything that I thought I'd need for my medical pack. And you know, these are waterproof. They got O-rings on them for $1.
Medicinal items, yeah.
I basically took the matches out and threw them away. I just wanted this thing for $1. I got a good comfy pair of leather gloves. These came from I think Home Depot or Lowe's. I usually like to use motocross gloves because they fit your hands really well and they have protection. So, you know, they're not big, bulky, uncomfortable like gardening gloves. I can't stand that. If you're going to have to wear them for a while and do something with it, you're going to have blisters all over your hands. Well, these kind of gloves you won't. This is the Goal Zero Adventure Pack. As you can see, it's now it doesn't come with these things. I bought these. You can get these at like Walmart They're really cheap. The reason I added these to the on this is so if you're, say you're hiking or something or moving and you want to be able to charge while you're moving, you can use these clips. This, you'll see it's got little loops all over this thing where you can just attach it to your backpack and keep on walking. It's going to absorb the sun and it's going to charge this. This actually connects with a cable that I got in here. It goes right into this, and what this does is it charges whatever batteries that you have in this thing. This thing will charge AA's or AAA's. It's got a little adapter that comes with it. You just, right now I have AA's sitting there. These are already all charged. You take those batteries out, this pops in, you can charge AAA's with it. This is the best solar kit that I've found for something like this. It's super nice quality. It works really good. I know there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of junk out there. And one thing you don't want in your backpack when it comes to, you know, your life is junk. So I see a lot of people's, like if you watch the Prepper show and stuff like that, I see people that have stuff and I'm just like, you know, how the hell did those guys buy all that stuff? How, you know, they're like rich. I'm not rich by any means. I've been building this kit for a while, and I've been building it little by little, and it probably took me, I don't know, 2 years of putting this thing together on and off. This is actually another adapter for the Goal Zero. This way, if you had something that's like takes a 12, like a cigarette lighter plug-in, you know, like maybe somebody has a cell phone that all they have is a cigarette plug kind of a deal charger, you can plug this in and you can plug that into that. So that way, you know, you're not limited to, because this has a USB connector like my iPhone. I have a USB that goes into my iPhone. So anything that has a USB, I can connect it to this and I can charge it with my batteries. This is just another option for something else. You know, I have a really high powered flashlight that I can charge off my car if I wanted to, so I can plug that in there if I wanted to. This is just a little knife sharpener. I think this thing cost $1 or $2 at Ace Hardware or something, you know, it's sharpen your knife. You know, there's quite an art to sharpening a knife if you actually have a knife stone. And I don't have that art, so I got one of those. This is just a patch kit for the bag if you were ever to rip. Got a cigarette lighter. I got a bunch of these in my pack. My buddy Christian over here has like a bazillion fire starters, like magnesiums, all kinds of stuff, and I'm trying to tell him, just buy a whole bunch of lighters. If you watch any survival show, they're going to tell you, I mean, it's good to have those. I got fire starter in my thing too, but I'd rather not have to resort to sitting there like taking a stick and a string and trying to get a fire that way, or scraping metal, or, you know, some kind of flintstone to get it light. I'd rather just light my fire. So get a bunch of these, you know, worst comes to worst, use up all your lighters. You can't find any, you know, down the road or something. You end up having to use your other fire starters, man. It's a lifesaver. Right, Christian?
That's true.
Another lighter. This is a nice little flashlight. It's probably not really got a lot of charge in it right now, but this is a waterproof and it's LED and
Shockproof too, right?
It's probably shockproof too. Let me hit you in the head and we'll see if it still works. But I got this from Walmart. I think I paid like $40 for this or something.
I was there when you got it in. 40
And
bucks.
this takes, one of the reasons I bought this is because it takes AA batteries and it's LED. You know, the aluminum's on it isn't like something outrageous that you can get these days, but it's small, it works, it's bright, it's waterproof, it's shockproof, as Christian has said.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good light to have, and I can charge it with my Goal Zero. This is just, I take whatever medications, these are eardrops from when my kid got an ear infection. I always got lots of ear infections, and my kid got ear infections. And what I'll do is I'll save any medicines that are left over, because obviously my kid's probably going to get another ear infection, or I might get an ear infection, or Christian might get an ear infection. If they do, I got the medicine to fix them. You know, medicines are not easy to come by. especially in a survival situation. You don't know what's going to happen. So another little trick I'll tell you that I did, I've gone to the doctor, and when I was actually really sick, and they were going to put me on medicine to, you know, make me better. And what I'll do is I'll take that medicine, then I'll go home and I won't take it, and I'll call the doctor back and say, I just remembered that this stuff, I don't like it. It makes me feel funny, or I have a reaction to it, and I forgot about it. And so, could you give me something else? And then they'll usually prescribe me something else, and then I'll go fill that prescription, and I'll take one of those prescriptions and I'll stash it in my bag, and then I'll take the other one. So I get well, and now I got an extra stash of a full dose of some kind of antibiotics in case I get sick or somebody else in my family gets sick. I usually try to save the antibiotics because they're so popular as far as that's generally what they give most people. Amoxicillin. And the good thing about that is you can get your prescription filled for free at Publix. Alright, to the other side bag. This is a night vision monocular. It's not like a real high dollar one, but you know what? It's better than not being able to see in the dark. I got this off of eBay used, but it's like brand new. This takes AA batteries, and it actually, I mean, it works. It's not like some cheap toy, but I mean, it's not some high dollar military piece either, but you know, I can see with this in the dark. You can absolutely see with this. So, you know, that always gives you an upper hand on somebody that can't see in the dark. So I think I paid, I don't know, 200 bucks or something for this. This is a Bushnell. There's all kinds of them out there. You know, it just depends on how much money you can spend. The one I want's 2,500 bucks, and I don't have 2,500 bucks to spend on that. So I got that one for now. Hopefully somebody that's trying to get me won't have the $2,500 one, because if they do, they're going to get me. This is what I was talking about, antibiotics. This actually, my medical bag is so packed I can't get another thing in it. And that's why this happens to be sitting in that pocket. But this is a full dose of antibiotics. We got a fishing rod reel with, what kind of line do I get on there?
Braided?
This is like the, you know, the strong stuff.
A braided line.
Braided line.
Yeah, which you could use as dental floss in case, you know, you have something stuck in your teeth or whatever. But like, this is brand new, it's never used. I usually don't play with the stuff that I have in my backpack, because if I end up breaking it, then I gotta get another one, or, you know, whatever. I know the stuff works. I don't need to play with it. It's not like new toys that I haven't figured out how to use yet. So that's set up and ready to go in case I come across somewhere where I can fish and get food. This is a container with all my rechargeable batteries. I have AA's and AAA's in here, and I have more than enough to fill up all my electronics. And then I have backups, so if, you know, I want to charge some while I'm using other ones, I don't have to wait, because it's not like that thing charges things, you know, in an hour. It's working off the sun. You know, some days you have good sunlight, some days you don't. So I want to make sure that I have extras. This is a cheap little cable saw.
Yeah.
You know, if I ever use this, I'd, you know, be surprised, and if I do use it, I'll be lucky if it lasts for 3 minutes. It's a cheap piece of junk, but I just do it in there for the heck of it. This is an Allen wrench set. I keep this in here for if I have to do anything to my guns or my compound bow. I have tools. You know, basically for those two weapons, you don't need very many tools. You know, but Allen wrench set happens to be one of them. This is an LED headlamp. If you've never used one of these, you'll want to get one, because they're awesome. Once you get to use it, you'll see how valuable it is. You know, this thing, you just put it on your head, you know, and wherever you look, you got light. And if you're doing something in the woods or something where, you know, you need light and you don't have somebody to hold a flashlight for you while you're trying to load your ammo, or maybe thread some needle or get a splinter out of your finger, you know, you don't need anything. You got your light right here, bam. You know, if you're trying to roll a cigarette, or for my homies out there, they're trying to roll some blunts and they can't do it in the dark, you got your light. This also has a red light on it too. Red lights, you know, work really good, because you can actually see really good with a red light, but it's not so bright that it gives your position away. Yeah, and certain animals can't see the red, so I got that.
Those wolves.
I got the bite and sting kit from Walmart. I don't really know if it works or not. It's supposed to be the only suction device proven to remove snake venom. And one of the cool things about this kit is the syringe, or whatever you call this thing. It doesn't work like a regular syringe when you're giving a shot. When you push it in, it's actually sucking, and that's so you can do it by yourself. I don't know if this thing works or not. It could be a piece of crap, but something bites me that's got venom in it, and one of my buddies aren't going to suck my wiener or something to get the venom out. I know I got this.
Oh man.
This is a Garmin waterproof GPS, and this is I mean, you could use this with like you know, on the street. It tells you the street stuff and all that stuff, but it's not like the kind of GPS that you're using on your Android phones or on the GPS you go buy at Radio Shack that tells you how to get around your neighborhood. It's not like that. It doesn't do turn by turn or anything like that. This is basically for being out in the woods. I mean, you don't have to be in the woods to use it. You can be standing out in your front yard and start walking around the neighborhood, but this thing will tell you, you know, it'll show your path, where you went, how to get back. It shows you water, you know, it shows you different elevations.
Terrain level, yeah.
Terrain levels. It has
Topography.
It has a compass on it. It has elevation. It has everything. It's really awesome, but it's not like using your Google Maps or something. It's not that simple. There's other ones out there that are really simple, made by Garmin. I think there's one called the Colorado. There's one called the Oregon, and those are more like the stuff you'd use on your phone, but do the same thing that this one does, and they're way easier to use, but they're more expensive. I bought this one off eBay, brand new. I think I got this thing for like $250 or $270 at the time. Now you can probably get them for, you know, under $200. But that's the way it goes. These are more little medicine things. This is just one of those little camping towels for like drying off. It's really small, and it's supposed to be super absorbent. I figure, you know, if I get a chance to take a shower, jump in some water, and I want to dry off, I'll have that to dry off, and I'll stand around and drip dry. This is I think it is? How do you know it's not some top secret weapon that looks like a shovel? Actually, it's a shovel. But this shovel is used for digging holes to bury your poop. I know it sounds funny, it sounds stupid, but hey, if you're picked a spot in the woods that you're really happy about, you're near some water and everything's awesome, you decide you want to stick around there for a little while, you don't want to be stepping in your crap or smelling it. So you get a little shovel, dig a little hole, get rid of the evidence. You know what I'm saying?
And you have an item designated for that particular task. You don't want to mix up things.
Yeah, because I like to use this when I'm eating soup.
Yeah.
Because I like the flavor of poop.
Little spit shine completed.
Yeah. This goes with the fishing reel. This is I got this little box at I think Dick's Sporting Goods. Dick's next to BJ's. And I pretty much picked my stuff that I wanted in here. You know, this is kind of like a small all-around fishing kit. You know, something for freshwater and saltwater. I got, you know, different size weights in here, hooks, the little things for bait, catching bait. What are those called?
Sabikis.
Sabikis, yeah.
Sabikis. I got those from a Japanese guy at the sushi restaurant. And then I got some fresh and saltwater lures. Just something, you know. If I need food and I come across some kind of water, I'm covered. I might not catch anything, but at least, hey, I gave it hell. These are just some low-dollar binoculars. These are Bushnells, and they're like 16 times power. Obviously I wanted something that I could see a good distance away, but I don't want a pair of them big-ass binoculars, you know. And I know at the beginning of this I said, you know, buy really good stuff, and, you know, as long as the majority of your stuff's good, then you're good. These binoculars weren't kick-ass. They weren't like $1 million, but they were good enough for me. You know, I don't really think I'm going to need some super high-end pair of binoculars.
Yeah, you want to purchase things for the situation.
So I got those. This is a gun cleaning kit. I know they have these at Dick's now because I just saw them the other day, which pissed me off because I bought this from like a specialized shop that sells to like police and military. And this gun kit, when I bought it, cost me like $100. You can get it at Dick's for $49. But this kit is awesome. I mean, everything is in this kit to clean your gun. You know, it's got, you know, the cable. Most cleaning kits, they have like the rod and you put the brushes on and pull them through. This has got a cable. So everything fits in this tiny, nice little case, but it's got everything in here. It's got wipes, it's got, you know, lube, it's got cleaner, it's got everything you're going to need, you know, to clean your gun out in the field. And they sell them in different, like kits that have different sizes. This one I got for the 223 because the majority of my firearms are 223, and then I have a 9mm handgun. So what I did is I bought a 9mm wire brush and I stuck a wire brush in here. So now I can clean all my guns. I have 22, 9mm, and 223. If you're not that familiar with guns, the caliber of a 22 is exactly the same diameter as a 223. 223 is a little bit bigger bullet, and it's got a lot more ass behind it.
Or a 556.
Or a 5.56. Thanks, hippie friend.
Yeah, no problem.
I am older now, and since I've gotten older, my reading eyesight has gotten worse. Sure, there's some people out there that can understand that. And my problem is, obviously, when you're reading, you know, when you need your glasses, you can't see things very well. And if I was in a situation like I was talking before, like I was trying to get a splinter out of my finger or something, I can't even see it. So I have to have my glasses. If I lose my glasses, I'm kind of at the mercy of somebody else.
Or if you lose me.
If I lose my hippie friend Christian. But what I found, and I found these at Walgreens, and then I just saw them at Walmart the other day. At Walgreens, these were like $25. At Walmart the other day, they were $15. Screw me again. But what these are in this teeny tiny little pack the size of a lighter is glasses. And they fold out. You know, they got little telescoping things on the side. Ba-bam! So I was pretty excited when I found these. Because now I know, you know, that I don't have to go without glasses if something happens. And they're so small. They don't take any space up in my, what?
3 minutes.
3 minutes what left?
No, till we make the next section.
Whatever.
You want to go all through?
We're just going.
Alright, fuck.
You
We'll go
people
all
at home, we're going for it.
through.
This is a Gerber
Gerber. Yeah.
Gerber
Or
multi-tool.
Gerber or Gerber?
I
No,
love
Gerber.
these. These got your needle nose, you know. I'm sure most people have seen these, but if you haven't, they're called a multi-tool. Like, you might have heard of Leatherman. Leatherman was the company that I guess originally invented this, but, you know, Gerber jumped on the bandwagon and made one too, and I'm excited because I like Gerber stuff. And their stuff's a lot less expensive, but this thing has, like, you know, it's got the pliers on it, it's got knives, it's got screwdrivers, can openers, little scissors, it's got all kinds of stuff. So there's another tool in my bag, no pun intended.
Damn, in that one bag you got like
This is a
trillion
towelettes.
items.
This is a Coleman camp soap. These are like those little
Moist towelettes.
what? Yeah, but no, they're not moist towelettes. They're like remember that stuff that what was that company?
You put it on your roof
Yeah,
of
they
your
have the
mouth.
little sheets of like Listerine or something,
Yeah,
like super
yeah.
paper thin, and you put them on your mouth, and it's like pow, an explosion in your mouth. Well, these are like the same thing, except they're soap. And I think there's like 50. Yeah, there's 50 sheets in this thing, and these things are awesome. I tried it. You just take one of the sheets out, put a little water on one hand, and then you just rub them together, man, and you got like soap. Awesome.
Soup.
This is a
Another multi-tool?
no. This is actually a knife. It's a utility knife, like construction guys would use.
Oh, for skinning.
Right, but my redneck buddy told me, who does a lot of hunting and stuff, told me that if you got one of the carpet blades, if you could see, it's got a hook on it. The carpet guys, carpet layers, use that blade for cutting carpet. He told me that those are amazing for skinning.
Ah.
a lot of people who watch this video, you hunt and stuff, I guess, you know, and I've seen them, these guys that go out and hunt all the time have these really, you know, like their favorite little pocket knife, some special knife, and they like keep that thing razor sharp. They're always sharpening. I guess, you know, when you start skinning, your stuff goes dull pretty fast. So I took the easy way out because I don't know how to skin yet, and I wanted something easy. So I got this thing. It also has a little compartment right here that pops out, and it's got storage for more blades. So, hey, can't all be rednecks, but we can have redneck friends. Hell yeah. Hippie ones. And hippie friends too.
Finally, we get into the bag.
Yep.
Getting into the big pocket. This is just full of, I just got a pillow in here and a lot of toilet paper.
Waterproof lining too.
So, this is my medical bag, and this is probably one of the biggest things in here. I'm not even going to open this. I guess I'll just open it, but I'm not pulling stuff out. I mean, you can see this thing's ready to explode. This thing took me a long time to put together, and I mean, I've got like everything in this thing. I have a friend that's works in the medical field, actually selling medical supplies to hospitals, and he hooked me up with like sutures and medical super glue. But you got to be careful with that stuff. He told me some horror stories about that shit, so I'm a little nervous about using that. I'd rather probably use the sutures if I had to. But this thing's packed, man. I mean, I can't even go over all the stuff that's in this thing. I got stuff in here from antibiotics to aspirin to Tylenols to, I mean, bandages, just, I mean, you name it, it's in there. I mean, it's not like, you know, I don't have morphine in here, or stuff like that. I just have, you know, stuff that, you know, pretty much if you need morphine, you're shit out of luck. I do have a bottle of alcohol in here too, a flask, so I can give you that. But that's only if I like it. This is my little cooking kit or whatever.
Oh, that's it?
I got this, I think I got this at Walmart, but I got inside of this is a hobo kit for your fork and knife, and I like these because this kind of actually separates, so you can have fork and spoon in case you're really hungry. And it's also got a knife and a corkscrew on them. But I think I got this at Walmart for, I don't know, it was like $5 or something. This kit was a little more expensive than the regular stuff. It was, I think this kit was like $20, but you actually got, you know, all these pots to cook. So it's awesome. And I have, these are water purification tablets. Thank you, my hippie friend. I got a lot of these in there, but you know, you just got to utilize your space. I mean, you can see how much crap I have in this bag, and it's stuffed. You know, I don't know if I could get anything else in there if I had to. So, you know, you try to use as much of your space as you can. I know I'm not real happy that I'm the guy that's going to be carrying it. Maybe I could get my hippie friend to carry it for some snacks.
Right. Some munchies.
When his run out, I'll save some snacks to bribe him. This is my Gore-Tex parka. I got this Army Navy, yeah, I bought this one at the Army Navy store. I try not to buy too much stuff at the Army Navy store because the prices are kind of expensive. I think I paid $150 for this, but this is a real Gore-Tex parka. This will keep you dry. And, I don't want to go over all the clothing stuff right now, but you want stuff that that's breathes, you know, so you know, you're not trapping the moisture in your body, because that's, you know, in your clothes and stuff, that's not good. All the stuff I have, it breathes. It lets, you know, the moisture out and keeps you cool. Right? Mm-hmm. And there's another part. I have my stuff all packed in here a certain way, so if something happens, you're going to want to grab things pretty fast. That's why this was the first thing I pulled out of my bag. Obviously, in an emergency, if somebody's hurt, I don't want to have to dig through my bag to get out this thing.
Priority on the top.
To stop some blood from, you know, coming out of their face and then dying. So I got this the first thing. Second thing I think of is, you know, maybe it's start pouring. So I got this. That's why that was second going into the bag. I can get that on fast and keep my upper body from getting soaked.
Core.
This is a Catadine Vario water.
I love
filter.
those. I love this one. Yep, that's the one that I want.
But the good thing, the really awesome thing about this is this one pumps. Most water filters, they just pump
It's
one way.
two ways.
It's like you lift it up
One,
and then you pump.
two.
You lift it up and you pump. This one, every time you pump up, it's squirting water out. You pump down and squirting water out. So that's a really good thing. You're utilizing less energy to get twice as much fluid. This also has a ceramic filter in it, and there's a little dial. Like you can turn this thing to where if
Heavy
you're, say you
usage.
come across a stream and the water's like really clean, you turn it so it kind of bypasses the ceramic filter, so that way, you know, it pumps a little easier, but it's not, all that crap's not going through your ceramic filter when it doesn't need to. So it makes your ceramic filter stay cleaner longer. You know, if the water's clean, you obviously don't need.
Yeah,
the
settings for
ceramic
the
filter.
appropriate situation.
Thanks, Christian.
No problem.
He's the best hippie ever. And then, of course, in this thing, I got another thing of water purification tablets. And there's, you know, a tube in here, and then, you know, there's more stuff that goes to this. But, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going through every item and, like, you know, reviewing every little item in here. I'm trying to give you a good idea of every item without getting too in depth, because this video is going to be really long. But we'll make more videos that are in depth. This is the food. In all my bug out bags, I have a certain amount of rations in each bag, like in my girlfriend's bag, in my bag, and my kid's bag. And the reason for that is, you know, I don't want to have to eat this food if I don't have to. But if I, you know, obviously if I need it, I got it in here. But if we were to get separated and only one of us has the food, the other guys are gonna fucking starve, and that's not good. So I got a certain amount of rations, you know, probably, I don't know, 3 days or 4 days or something in everybody's backpack. And the food that I like the best, if you're wondering about that, is the Mountain House. The Mountain House, I think, is by far one of the best.
The spaghetti tasted great.
And they're about $8 a piece, right? $8 a piece?
1 to $10.
The prices vary depending. Like the chicken breast one's like the most expensive one. The chicken breast with mashed potatoes, that's like $9 or $10 a pack of those. But you can get like the spaghetti is what, like $6.
Okay.
So you know, there's different
6 to 10
prices.
bucks.
I'll be eating spaghetti for the end of the world.